In Fox 5 Health News, acupuncture may help patients who are likely to get dementia. Researchers say the treatment combined with medication is showing some promise in slowing memory loss. Joining us now, Fox 5 medical contributor Dr. Devi. So I feel like acupuncture helps so many different things. This is just one of the latest, right?
Exactly. I mean, I use it a lot to treat back pain, but I will say that it is hard to actually get concrete data on acupuncture because normally, let's say that you're testing some new medication or some new treatment, right? You usually take a group of volunteers, kind of randomly divide them into two groups. This is for new treatments where you don't know for sure if it works.
Right.
And then with these two groups, you'll give one the treatment and one sort of this placebo or sham treatment. And neither one knows which one they're getting, and then over time you kind of watch to see what happens. Well, in this case with acupuncture, you can't really do a sham acupuncture, right? The patient knows if they're actually getting the treatment or not. So that's one of the things that makes the study a little bit difficult to interpret. So it is positive. It showed that it slowed memory loss by about 10% compared to patients who were receiving the standard treatment. But at the same time, you know, it's hard to know if that's because patients believed they were being treated.
Right. It's like you really wonder what the connection really is there.
Yeah, I mean, because both might have to do with mind over body, but some of it might be just that belief that, well, we are doing something to slow the memory loss versus what acupuncture on its own is doing.
Yeah. This is a testament to the power of
suggestion,
you know,
right? Tough to break that out exactly what
is. And these folks, these researchers, they actually did take smaller studies of acupuncture. So the study they did was kind of compile a bunch of data that had been obtained before, because sometimes when you have these smaller studies, they might see a benefit, but because it's such a small number of patients, you can't really extrapolate that, right?
Gotcha.
But now what people do is they take all these studies, put them together, and then try to make a bigger conclusion.
All right, and this is a kind of interesting, timely story heading into the weekend here in New York City. The popular app Tinder may be a good way to get a date, a hookup, whatever you want from it, but a new study says it may not leave you feeling all that great about yourself. This is fascinating. So the people who use this sort of come out from the whole experience feeling worse about themselves.
It's all so surface-based, though. You know what I mean?
I think that, too. I mean, I don't know for sure if the study definitely supports that conclusion. What the researchers did was they interviewed about 1,300 people. So they did these survey questions where they asked them what they thought about their thighs, if they were satisfied or not, you know, how much they thought about their appearance and things. So they asked them a whole bunch of questions, which then they sort of separated the answers. And they found that the ones who used Tinder tended to have more negative answers. But I don't know for sure if we can jump from that to, you know, even they thought that the males had lower self-esteem.
Right.
I do think people probably do compare themselves more if they're on a dating app or anything that's sort of competitive where you're trying to get people to...
It's sort of like modern life in general. You're just looking at everybody else's life so much you can't help but make comparisons to yourself, and that's the same thing with Tinder.
I feel like maybe even in sports or any other kind of competitive thing, people might do that. They might make more comparisons. But with Tinder as a dating app, I guess the difference is that, you know, traditional dating, maybe you have some time to kind of put yourself forward. Other people say good things about you. You present yourself one way. Whereas this, it's really more strictly based on appearance, and so people
it's like
are more
the toothpaste
focused.
style. You know what I mean? There's just people just, you know, swipe or don't swipe or whatever based on looks alone, and you can see how that could impact people negatively.
Sure, exactly. I think so too. And I think it might be interesting to see how the day people join Tinder or the day before, how things change over time, right?
Right.
So.
All right, Dr. Debbie.
Be careful when you're swiping left or right or whatever.
Exactly.
All right, thank you.